Hey everybody, it's your boy Sir Rod with another episode of Cause I Have Nothing Else Better to Do. Alright, I'm going to share with you today how I became Sir Rod the Entertainer. Sir Rod the Entertainer. Now, currently right now I'm a big blues sensation. I've been singing the blues with a band called Sir Rod and the Blues Doctors. And that's like a dream come true. I did a earlier video about how I became part of that band and the things I'm doing. But prior to that, did you realize that I only have been singing, I guess, professionally for about 4 years? I've been in different singing groups and different things, but let's backtrack and let me tell you the story. When I was a kid, I did a Nothing Else Better to Do about how I got into the music business. So I went to a Michael Jackson concert, and before that, had no interest in music. And then after I went to that Michael Jackson concert, I wanted to sing and dance and do everything that Michael was doing, everything I'm doing today. Well, part of that singing and dancing thing, well, when I came back home, I started trying to sing and dance. It was more screaming and dancing. I was trying to imitate somebody. Now remember, I was about 12, 13. Michael was about 20 years old, so he had 15 years of singing under his belt when I heard him the first time. And so I came home at about 12, 13 and started screaming. And my poor parents and my poor mom. Now, I had the dancing down. I finally got the dancing down, but my poor mom said, Rod, why don't you just stick to the dancing? Don't do the singing thing. And that kind of hurt my feelings. And so I had a phobia about singing after that, because parents, sometimes we accidentally do things that, I didn't know anything about training or ear training and all that other stuff, but I kept screaming. I kept screaming to myself. And it's amazing what can happen after about 30 years of screaming. You get pretty good. But anyway, fast forward. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. A lot of things happened between then. I'm in my 30s. I started working for a record label, and long story short, just you have to look at all the other stuff. It's a long story. I need to write a novel. So, at one point, I was motivational speaking, and as a treat to myself, I would rehearse my motivational speaking every day for years. As a treat to myself, I would put on, at the end of my rehearsal, I would put on some karaoke music. Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, the Jacksons, Temptations, all these songs I have on there. And literally, I would rehearse my motivational speaking for about an hour and a half. But that recreational part, the karaoke stuff, I would be in the room for 2 or 3 hours singing that stuff. I get lost in the zone singing that stuff. And my poor family knock on the door and say, you act like you in concert in there, all that fuss, all that noise. So I did that for years. Now, but I thought no one would like it because remember my mom told me, Rod, stick to the dancing. So I kind of stuck in the closet, if you will, with my singing. And so Sir Rod's a man of many talents. So I had purchased a brand new camera because I was going to step up my motivational speaking game. So I bought this real nice camera and I was learning it. And I'm on the board of directors for Georgia Music Industry Association. And one of the members was singing at a nursing home. She goes in and she does, it's called Nurturing Artist. And she goes to nursing homes and sing to the elderly. And it's a sweet gesture. I thought it was nice. And she asked, she knew I had the camera. She said, would I like to come out and take some pictures of her doing her thing at the nursing home? And I thought that would be interesting because she's Caucasian and she was going to be at this black nursing home. And I thought it would be interesting, be a good contrast. I think, yeah, I come out and take the pictures. So I get there. She's singing John Denver music at a black nursing home for about 60 elderly patients, and they're pleasant, and they were like sitting, clapping their hands. It was nice. That's one thing I like about seniors. They're sweet, and they're just happy somebody came through, showing them love. And at some point, she just happened to ask, cause I guess because I'm on the board of the music industry, she said, would Sir Rod like to do a song? And she had a little speaker set up where you could plug in a phone or the device. And of course, I just happened to have some of that karaoke on my phone. And so I didn't feel intimidated because it's a room full of 70, 80, 90-year-olds, and they're in wheelchairs. And so I'm like, why not? What I got to lose? I'm looking at the crowd. I said, well, I think I put on some Sam Cooke. I put that Sam Cooke on, and that nursing home went from nursing home to nightclub. Man, those people woke up. They were singing and dancing. The people who didn't have no legs were rocking back and forth in the chairs. And I'm like, wow. I'm looking around as I'm singing. So I'm thinking, well, this is just the old people. And they asked me to do another song. Then I put some Marvin Gaye on. They steady rocking and singing back and forth, and then the doctors start coming out and the nurses start coming out. They dancing and singing. And so I'm like, well, maybe I might have something here. Long story short, I asked her, the lady who invited me, what company she was. She was with a hospice organization that does nurturing artists, nurturing music for hospice patients in different nursing homes. I went and auditioned for her organization. They gave me the job, and they said, the most, Rod, you can go out, and you'd be lucky to go out 8 times in a month. Well, that first month, I went out 20 times, and then it was 30 times. And then I started getting so many phone calls, and then I started booking. The doctors wanted me to come and do things, and then the private residents wanted me to do birthday parties and anniversaries, and then the nurses wanted me to, and it took on a life of its own. And Sir Rod the Entertainer was born. So that's basically in a nutshell. And then at some point I reached out to Adam. That was about 4 years. I had been doing that about 4 years, and it developed my voice. And I finally found my voice, because I can sound like a whole lot of different people, but I sound like Sir Rod now, and I understand that. So parents, be careful what you say to your kids. You never know. If there's a desire, these bodies are designed to do whatever you mentally want to commit. It might take 30 years like me, but if you really want it, you can have it. So I just wanted to share with you how I became Sir Rod the Entertainer. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Be blessed. I always say that we're going to get through this corona thing, and everything's going to be back to normal before you know it. Hopefully next year, soon. As soon as we get a vaccine. All right, guys, it's just another episode of Nothing Else Better to Do. You guys be blessed. Peace.